The disease is actually reversible. But you have to know how to reverse it. If you don't know how to reverse it, then you're just going to get worse.
Meet Dr. Jason Fung, a renowned nephrologist and director of the Public Health Collaboration. His groundbreaking work has revolutionized the treatment of type 2 diabetes and obesity through diet and intermittent fasting, transforming hundreds of thousands of lives. Today, we will talk about Dr. Fung's teaching regarding 3 golden principles to cure diabetes, 5 foods to avoid to reverse diabetes, 5 powerful foods to eat daily to prevent diabetes, 3 powerful daily habits to heal diabetes.
Imagine a world where type 2 diabetes is a simple, reversible disorder.
Before we disclose his recommended diet, we must understand the nature of type 2 diabetes affecting 28.7 million of the global population.
As you take more and more insulin, your body develops more and more resistance to it. And now you see that it's actually a real vicious cycle. Treatment with insulin now is not simply not effective, it's actually making things worse.
So now we know that if you're taking less medication for your type 2 diabetes, that means your diabetes is actually getting better.
Insulin lowers your sugars. It is actually raising your insulin resistance. So in fact, it's making things worse. You're getting more diabetes by taking the insulin. And that's the real problem.
We know you must be wondering, if not medicine, then how can we cure the underlying symptoms of diabetes? Dr. Fung explained his 3 golden principles on the theory.
The key to treating diabetes is not to take more insulin. That makes things worse. The key is how are you going to get those insulin levels really low, where a simple dietary maneuver can reverse your diabetes in a matter of weeks.
The last principle debunks the most common diabetes myth.
This is not a chronic progressive disease at all. This is in fact a curable disease.
He shares multiple patient success stories and how their HbA1c levels become normal without medication, only with diet and a weight loss plan.
So his weight, starting just above 250, has been steadily coming down. And it's down to 210. His waist size has continued to come down. And his hemoglobin A1c, which is the measure of his sugars, has stayed relatively stable. So he started off with 55 units of insulin. And within, 6 weeks, he was off of all his insulin.
So now it's pretty clear that if your blood sugar is normal and you are off medication, then your diabetes is cured. But what foods help stabilize your glucose levels? Let's discover his most sought-after diet plan, Dr. Fung's Diabetic Diet Plan. Talking about the relationship between diabetes and Dr. Fung's recommended magic diet, he explains astonishing results.
Well, she very quickly lost about 20 pounds, and at her 3-month checkup, her hemoglobin A1c was 5.5%, well within the normal range and clearly not diabetic.
Your body is already full of glucose, so when you're eating more glucose and your body can't store any more of it, it's simply going to spill it out into the blood. Foods to avoid: starchy carbs.
Starchy carbohydrates, remember that when they get broken down, they're often broken down into glucose, which is a type of sugar. So things like bread, rice, potatoes, try to reduce them significantly.
Adding to the list are foods like refined wheat, pasta, breakfast cereals, instant noodles, cornmeals, white flour, and French fries. According to a Harvard study, eating high-starch foods not only increases the risk of type 2 diabetes, but heart disease, obesity, cancer, ovarian infertility, and macular degeneration. Calorie-rich snacks.
Make sure you avoid snacks because they can be very habit-forming and it's very easy to eat them without thinking and therefore overeat them too much.
According to a recent Harvard study, most common snack choices include fruit, cookies, chips, ice cream, candy, popcorn, soft drinks, crackers, cake, milk, and nuts. About 40% of the U.S. population replaced meals by snacking on ultra-processed foods rich in salt, sugar, and fats, leading to obesity and poor dietary habits. Low-fat foods.
Beware of low-fat foods. They can often have a lot of sugars and sweeteners.
When we say low-fat foods, we mean like flavored yogurt, coffee drinks, salad dressings, peanut butters, and cereal bars containing sugar, preservatives, and vegetable oil. They contain zero nutrient value, causing high cholesterol levels, diabetic risk, and body inflammation. Sugar.
First of all, sugar Just cut it out altogether.
It means no more pastries, artificial sweeteners, cakes, and biscuits. Dr. Fung believes cutting out desserts is simply a healthy habit. Once you have it developed, you no longer have to use willpower for it, and therefore you're going to reap the benefits day after day after day. Certain fruits. Dr. Fung strictly avoids high glycemic fruits for diabetic control.
Fruit is a little bit trickier because some fruits tend to be very sweet and therefore have a lot of sugar in them.
Some tropical fruits like bananas, grapes, oranges, mangoes, and pineapples have excessive sugars and can set those carb cravings off. Pineapples are a rich source of vitamins, antioxidants, and fiber, but they have a high GI score above 70, thus quickly escalating blood sugars after eating them. One small cup of pineapple contains 22 grams of carbohydrates, which significantly increases based on its processing and ripeness. Quit canned pineapples, pineapple juice, and mocktails. But if you insist, then limit your consumption to one slice of raw, fresh pineapple. Foods to eat. Wondering what to eat? Dr. Fung believes that 90% of our food intake determines the outcome of diabetes. We can avoid all the sugary foods in the world and still need medicine for diabetes if we don't eat what we must. So he suggests greens.
The other green vegetables are all fine. You should eat as much as you want. Turn the white stuff into the green stuff.
By eating green stuff, Dr. Fung means adding broccoli, cabbage, beans, courgettes, and kale in your meals in generous portions. You can also eat other veggies like mushrooms, tomatoes, onions, cauliflower, and eggplant in grilled or baked form. If you like soups or gravy, go ahead and make a delicious broth with carrots and peas, as it's a good source of beta-carotene, fiber, vitamin K1 and A, potassium, and antioxidants. Good fats. Since low-fat food is out of the equation, we must eat healthy fats in moderation.
Make sure you stick to natural fats. Things like olive oil, butter, coconut oil are fats that are found in nature. They're unprocessed.
Olive oil is the safest option when cooking with low temperature. And remember, you can cut oil altogether sometimes by opting for smart cooking options like baking, steaming, and boiling. Speaking of cheese, Dr. Fung says,
cheese only in moderation because it can be very easy to overeat them.
Fruits. Apples and pears. Dr. Fung recommends apples and pears as they have equal amounts of minerals such as potassium, phosphorus, sodium, vitamin C, and B2. Also rich in soluble fiber, which has been linked to lowering cholesterol levels. Berries.
Others, like berries, tend to be much better and you can be a little bit more relaxed.
Besides apples and pears, Dr. Fung recommends 1 to 2 servings of mixed berries daily, be it strawberries, blueberries, or raspberries. We know blueberries are the richest source of antioxidants and anthocyanin, but as per a Harvard study, eating them actually reduces the risk of type 2 diabetes and heart attack while promoting weight loss, memory, and longevity. Healthy proteins.
Eat lots of healthy proteins, so things like meat, eggs, fish, oily fish. Full-fat yogurt is good breakfast, he notes as well.
Oily fish is an excellent source of protein, vitamin D, and beneficial omega-3 fatty acids, all of which can help as part of a balanced diet to manage type 2 diabetes. You can indulge in salmon, tuna, and mackerel as freely as you like. Dr. Fung advises clean proteins, meaning all those processed meats like sausages, salami, and bacon must be avoided. He also considers 2 whole eggs eaten daily as healthy for diabetics. Good snacks. The only snacks Dr. Fung allows for type 2 diabetics are unsalted nuts like peanuts, almonds, and walnuts, as they are a rich source of heart-healthy fats and vitamins. He also believes the occasional treat of dark chocolate 70% or more in small quantities is allowed. 3 powerful habits. Dr. Fung believes that eating the right foods is not enough to reverse diabetes unless you have an active lifestyle that includes these simple yet powerful daily habits.
Waking up every morning and exercising, well, it's simple for you to keep doing so.
A Harvard study revealed that exercise lowered HbA1c values by 0.7% in people of different ethnic groups with diabetes. Dr. Fung suggests physical activity Exercising or a 10-minute walk after meals is most beneficial to prevent a glucose spike. Dr. Fung strongly recommends every diabetic patient to quit unhealthy snacking as it is addictive and toxic. He explains the scientific logic behind this.
You're just eating more calories. You're keeping your insulin high, which is keeping your body in that fat storing mode.
In fact, he wants you to stop thinking about food all the time and distract yourself because
you're not thinking about the food, so you're not hungry, you're not appetizing yourself by stimulating your appetite, and you've let your body burn off the body fat, which, as we've mentioned before, is just a store of food calories.
The last habit is actually a miracle habit according to Dr. Fung, and he can't seem to stop talking about its massive benefits.
They're using intermittent fasting, and it's free, and anybody can do it. I'm not talking about a drug that costs thousands of dollars. I'm not talking about a surgery which is only available to the 1%. Cure 50% of those type 2 diabetics who are at risk of cancer, at risk of heart disease, at risk of strokes, at risk of blindness, at risk of kidney disease, nerve damage, infections.
Intermittent fasting combined with Dr. Fung's magic diet leads to weight loss, making our body insulin sensitive, causing type 2 diabetes remission.
Over the time that the people took this low carbohydrate diet, they lost an average of 8.3 kilograms, which is more than 18 pounds. They were able to reduce the overall medication use, and a stunning 46% of type 2 diabetics actually reverse their disease.
Now we know the complete science behind diabetes, the low-carb diet, and energizing lifestyle to follow to successfully reverse type 2 diabetes. But do you know how to live over 90 years and reverse cancer? If not, learn how 90-year-old Dr. Campbell and his fantastic China study research reveals the diet secrets to live longer, prevent, and even reverse cancer with nutrition.